Hello everyone, today I wanted to share my predictions and theories and discuss the future of Infinity Nikki. So grab a couple because this is a long one. 8 months ago I released a video with old predictions for the first year and it's been really fun to see how much I got right or not, but I wanted to make an updated version for the next year since we are finally approaching the first year anniversary of Infinity Nikki. So first, let me start with a couple of small reminders of all of the confirmed updates we should get sometime during the next year. These are fully confirmed, official information shared on official sources only. But keep in mind, most of these do not have a set date, so unless specified, these could come over in any update ever, not necessarily on the next couple ones. So first, the oldest feature confirmed by the devs is to be able to change outfits while taking photos. I'm really waiting for this one, it's been many months. Then, the ability handhelds are being worked on to become actual items, including the shepherd's staff. Miracle outfits will get a final evolution alternate and potentially an extra makeup set as well. The wardrobe UI will be revamped to group up all of the colors and evolutions to make it easier for us to find the pieces that we want. And of course, as most people know already, we should be getting the heartfelt gifts, event outfits, and the standalone pieces that are not part of an outfit. All of those will be added to the dye system, starting right now in update 1.11. And then they also confirmed several optimizations coming to the house and island specifically. First, the floral construction visibility will be tweaked if more people report it, so make sure you report it if it bothers you as well. Then, they already mentioned they will add volume controls to the chicken gramophone, and that we will have an ability to preview the crafting materials needed when buying the furniture sketches. Also, we'll soon be able to enter realm challenges directly from our home. And they are working on the props and decorations to make them placeable in the home, so don't worry if your current props don't work, they are working on this exactly. They also tease a future feature where we'll be able to invite NPCs, including story companions, with a strong enough bond they can join Nikki for relaxing visits or even settle for a while, which makes me think that we could potentially get a friendship system later down the line, but this last one is my assumption. Then they also promised a co-op building mode, where you can invite someone to your island to build with you. I'm personally very excited for this. As you guys know, I want to make building live streams where I build with you in your islands. And then we are also all waiting for the cooking ability outfit, which should be very soon. The cooking ability will let us craft dishes using the normal mats by following recipes. We will be able to simmer, bake, and even mix drinks if we craft certain crafting stations. You can even choose to mess up your recipe on purpose to obtain a questionable food item instead. The meals we prepare can be used in multiple different ways. First, you can exchange your cooked meals with Posy for home currency, which I'm guessing are the Astralites. I don't know why they just didn't call it Astralites, but I think that's it. Put on display to decorate your home, eat the food to get buffs, or invite friends over and share meals, which can make you learn new recipes while getting together with others. Lastly, we also have the new regions confirmed for Update 2.0, which will probably be in the game's first anniversary in 6th of December. We will be getting 2 regions, the Elderwood Forest and the City of Spira. There we'll meet new creatures called Shroomlings who will craft a raft for us and will also lead us to ride a giant snail. And that's it for the confirmed information. So now let's move on to the fun part, where I will share my personal speculations on what we are getting and when. Let's start with Halloween. Many of you commented on my videos this week saying that you are really sad that the current season 1.10 does not give enough Halloween vibes. And I want you to hold on to your hopes because update 1.10 ends in October 28, which means update 1.11 will literally start at the actual Halloween, which is on the 31st of October, or Day of the Death, or Dia de los Muertos, which should be 1st and 2nd of November. The current update 1.10 is an ode to the Mid-Autumn Festival, which is huge in China and celebrates the end of summer and start of autumn. It is quite a rainy season and have a big harvest, which are precisely the themes of this update and this new 5-star outfit. So I believe that 1.11 will actually be the Halloween season. But what could that mean? In previous Nikki games, we had really great outfits for Halloween, so I'm pretty sure they are not gonna skip it. But what could these outfits look like? Currently, we have 3 Eureka sets without a matching outfit. In case you didn't know, I already covered this in another video, but all of the Eureka sets match almost perfectly with one of the specific 5-star outfits, with exception of Void Hunt, Rose Heart, and Sun Shower Trip. Void Hunt does match with Threads of Reunion. Not only it's also cool, but the pattern on the dress is exactly the same as the Eureka. But we could potentially have Void Hunt to a new Halloween outfit, and they could create a new Eureka set for Threads of Reunion since it's being worked on anyways. They already did that with Arosa creating Afterglow after we already had Rayplum, so it is still in the realm of possibility, and would be awesome. I would love a vampire outfit, for example. But moving on, I think that's very unlikely. For Rose Heart, it's sweet, and it does not match the Halloween vibe. I actually believe that Rose Heart will match the next Miracle outfit, which should be sweet since Threads of Reunion is cool. I believe that Rose Heart will probably be a wedding dress, since many players request that, at least on the comments of my videos I see, and although I'm personally not interested in weddings or wedding dresses, I think it makes sense that they would put that on the game, and I think that it would match the vibe and description of the Eureka. So although we should definitely get a Miracle outfit soon, I don't see how a wedding outfit would match the Halloween vibe unless they go with like a Tim Burton ghost wedding dress of sorts. Then we have the Sun Shower Trip, which I think is the one that represents the next 5-star outfit Halloween dress. We have only one problem with this one, which is the fact that Sun Shower is in fact trippy and does not have a clear theme. It's all over the place. We've got what looks like a fantasy version of a calla lily flower, then a bell, and a bunch of feathers falling on water. So I'll be honest with you, the only thing that I can think of is a church or a graveyard themed outfit somehow, mostly because of the bell, which is very church reminiscent, and the calla lily. The feathers a little bit as well, I guess, if we remind of angels or something like that. But we only have a singular bell in the entire game audio, which is in the Church of Observers. And the calla lily is the most traditional funeral flower. In case you're not very versed in the language of flowers, calla lily means, in most cultures, death. So these are making me think of a graveyard slash church themed Halloween outfit, and potentially even getting a new Miracle outfit in 1.11 as well, like I just mentioned, but more cute instead of Halloween-y. And where do we have a church and a graveyard and a bell? Church of Observers. Church of Observers is quite an odd place. You have a bunch of quests that are related to combat and exploring dungeons, instead of something cute and romantic like you'd normally expect. Not only that, but the music at the church is extremely ominous, and is actually a remix of an existing song in our world called La Mort de Ceux, or The Death of a Ceux. Pretty cute. Dare I say, perfect for Halloween. It's the Day of Dead in pretty much the entire world and all of that. Another hint for me is that we recently got 121 music songs across Miraland. I have posted a video with the locations of all of them. If you need to find those, I'll link down below on the pinned comment. In update 1.9, we've got 64 records, and in this new update, we've got 57 more. But the thing is, in update 1.9, the last update, I noticed we were missing most of the Abandoned District music. Funny enough, in update 1.10, we are traveling around Abandoned District, and pretty much all of the 57 new records in this update are in Stonewood's Abandoned District area. So far, in the 121 songs, we are currently missing the areas outside of Wishfield, like Carnival Fireworks and Serenity Island, then the Wishing Woods, and the Church of Observers area. What if we didn't get that soundtrack yet, because we are actually getting it in the next update? So I think Halloween will be there because first, we haven't really been to the church properly except for the side quests. Second, we have just been on the abandoned district, so it would be a little weird to go back again just because of the ghost train dungeon. And we have recently been to the Queen Philomia Castle, which is the only other place I can think that has kind of like Halloween vibes. Hey everyone, sorry, editor Moonsugar Cake here, but I just made another connection that I have not seen anyone talk about yet. Later in this video, I will talk about the 8 great stylists who saved Miraland. When I was putting up their images on the video, I realized that in this painting, you can see the fight between the 8 against the Abyss. And honestly, even got the chills because guess what the Abyss looks like? It looks like an eye. So I rest my case. The Church of Observers are sus. Lastly, on Halloween topic, let's have a look at the current Momo cloak on the Mirror Journey. As you can see, it's clearly a Halloween cloak with bat wings like a vampire, but also with a trick-or-treat theme. It has all of these chocolate on top, and the name of the cloak is Cocoa, which makes me think that we could potentially get the cooking ability outfit in update 1.11 as well. I think it makes sense, you know, bake cakes and treats for the Halloween season. And then we could have like this trick-or-treat Halloween graveyard vibe for the next update. But before we move on, please keep in mind these are my assumptions. Do not get overly hyped about Halloween, and then if 1.11 gets around as a random Feywish Fairy filler event, please don't come after me, okay? This is just pure hoping from my heart. I really think that 1.11 will be Halloween, but if it's not my fault, okay? Anyways, moving on, we'll get update 2.0, which should be Nikki's birthday and the game's anniversary, 6th of December. We'll get 2 new regions confirmed officially, Spira and Elderwood Forest, which I just mentioned earlier in the video. After that, we'll probably head over to Flora Wharf to hop on the boat to Sitia. Once we get to Sitia, we should start collecting clues on the Threads of Reunion. This is probably the perfect timing to reintroduce a new revamped intro for the Threads of Reunion and connect with Anna and Dexter's stories better. Sitia is the capital of Hardcraft and is known for its music, theater, and performance, famous for caramel and ballet. Not only that, but we should probably get a story run and also banner reruns as well if they finished working on the final evolution alternatives and extra makeup sets for all of those old outfits. Moving on, during the next years, we'll probably visit multiple regions from multiple different nations. I don't see any reason why Nikki should follow Genshin's footsteps and visit one nation at a time. Also, the Sea of Stars opened up many possibilities to us because of Dungeon Island. I believe that the Sea of Stars will act as a hallway of many doors, introducing entry points to many regions from other nations, so we can experience a little bit of a different landscape and visuals just for fun, at least once a year. I'm not entirely sure in what order we'll visit those, because they can make small spin-offs, like Dungeon Island, but I thought it would be fun to try to map out the regions so we have an idea of where everything is. Lucky enough, I found this book in Daisy Inn which tells us exactly where most of the areas are located, which helped a lot. So, considering Wishfield as our starting point, we will have Linlang at the north, already confirmed. That we'll find Asian outfit styles like we've seen in Dungeon Island, and I also believe that Linlang will have cold, snowy regions. In all of the Nikki games, north is always snowy and cold. And in Infinite Nikki, we have the snowy fragrance outfit, which is a Linlang outfit that has a winter theme. Not only that, but the official teaser shows that Linlang is in the mountaintops above the clouds, which is sure to be cold. Then we have Terra Alliance at the west. Currently we have no other information about Terra besides being a passionate land that embraces the wild. Terra should have been the same thing as Wastelands in previous games, having a mix of North and Central African and South American outfits. So think things like Egyptian outfits or Incas and Mayas mixed together. I'm particularly excited and also fearful of this region, especially because I'm South America myself, and after other games failing miserably on this exact mix, I am kind of like worried but still hoping for the best. Not only that, I actually think that the new store outfit is a Terra outfit. The feathers, the embroidery, and especially the hair is very reminiscent of my own Native American culture and traditional clothing, but with a very modern, like contemporary spin, which is really fun to see, to be honest. It makes me wonder like what would South America look like today if it was never colonized, or how would our tribes and our cultures evolve over time and look like today in 2025. That's kind of like the vibe that I get from the current store outfit, but I may be wrong on this one. It's really hard to tell because it's only vaguely inspired, but it does not have a Linglang tag, and since we don't have a Terra tag in the game yet, that kind of makes me guess that the region is Terra. Then we have Empire of Light at the southwest. They are a nation of wizards and knights, and as we know, they are invading in Brazil, which can be accessed through this south of Wishfield. I believe Empire of Light is very close to Abandoned District, since many have fled from the war there to Serenity Island, like we've learned in Update 1.5. We have an outfit teasing Empire of Light, which is Shark Mirage. At Shark Mirage, descriptions mention things like seaside, heavy storms, windy areas, sailing, and a shimmering sea. This makes me think that the Empire of Light will have underwater areas, perhaps even a mermaid or pirate outfits as well. Considering it looks like a stone medieval fortress, it's giving a D&D vibe where we could find bards, wizards, knights, pirates, and so on. So if you are an old-timer Nikki player, yes, Empire of Light should be similar to the North Kingdom in previous games, but this time it's confirmed to be Southwest, so it will be tropical instead of cold, probably leaving most, if not all, the snowy regions to the nation of Linglang. At least that's what I think it will happen. At east of Wishfield, we have the Starhail Federation. That's a more contemporary nation focused on commerce and trade, with big cities and bustling nightlife, and clearly a very Hollywood-esque inspiration, which should look very glam and very loud. Then we have the Whale Space Station, which is, well, in space. This is the region that we have the least information about, but I'm guessing it's going to be futuristic, cyberpunk, and sci-fi. Then we have Twin Moon. This is the only nation that we do not currently know where it is. It's not written on the Daisy Inn book. The game has not confirmed officially, though all of the other regions are confirmed except for Twin Moon. But please keep in mind this is not the precise location of all of them, it's just the general direction. So I'm just showing like where they will be located, but not like the exact distance. They could be landlocked or not, like that doesn't matter, it's just the general direction. Since we only have two spots that are kind of free on this map, which is southeast and also the northeast, I'm guessing that southeast is where Twin Moon will be. Twin Moon is usually more tropical and rainforesty, so it makes sense that it's near the Empire of Light, maybe? Twin Moon is the fairy realm, a land of elves devoted to knowledge and nature. Although this is described as elves and dwarves, I've noticed that most of the old games' outfits have a lot of angelic and demonic outfits instead. Also, it has a very advanced magical technology with a powerful healing water, which makes me think of a holy water of sorts, tying in with the angels and demons theme for me. Lastly, we have Heartcraft, which is where we are currently. Wishfield is a part of Heartcraft, so it must be nearby Sitia, although the game describes that we will need to cross a vast forest to get there. I believe this vast forest is Elderwood Forest, which we will visit in Update 2.0. Sadly, we also do not know the exact location of Sitia nor of the forest, but I think it will probably go around here, since in previous games Heartcraft was quite centered and near the ocean, which was always in the east. Also, we kind of like have an empty area there as well. Since the only areas that we do not have confirmation are Sitia and then the nation of Twin Moon, these two could actually be swapped around in my opinion, especially because Heartcraft also has a tropical area called Wintermont, so it could be next to the Empire of Light as well. So, I don't know, maybe Twin Moon is south, or maybe Twin Moon is next to the Wishing Woods, which also makes sense because of Timmy's and the Feywish, and then Sitia will be actually south of Wishfield. So this is what the map should look like in the end. This is all confirmed except for Twin Moon and Sitia, but all of the others are confirmed already that they are in this general direction. This all brings us to my crazy theory that I have already mentioned in more detail in my previous video, but I wanted to bring up quickly again here. So as you probably know by now, in update 1.10 we've got a new gift type. This gift has 8 paintings of the 8 great stylists. Sadly, the descriptions are currently bugged and we don't have all that much info, but I wanted to bring it up anyways to tie everything together. If you don't know how to get these, I've already posted a video tutorial yesterday, which I'll link down below. It's about the giant meteorites. The 8 stylists were the ones to find Wim and save Miraland long ago. They were led by Dexter, and each one of them represents a nation with exception of one. So keep that in mind. All of them have now reincarnated and we do not know their original names, only with exception of Dexter. Dexter was the bestower of guidance and the leader of the 8. She sacrificed herself to save Miraland, leaving behind only her daughter. She was reincarnated now as Erudicio. Then we have the Heartcraft ancestor. She was reincarnated now as Empathia. Sadly, she has no description at the moment because it is bugged. Representing Linlang, we have now Harmonia, maintainer of balance. Many think that the original Linlang stylist was actually the artist cat Nikki, which honestly would be amazing if that's true. Then we have the Empire of Light ancestor, the Splitter of Light, Forger of Blades, leader of the Seekers of Glory, now reincarnated as Vencere. The Star Hail Federation is now reincarnated as Commercian. He also doesn't have a description currently, but I will update on the pinned comment if we get this bug fixed. Then Infinitus is the reincarnation of the Terra Alliance ancestor, an altruist that blesses life with all of the freedom to dance upon the boundless land. Spiritus is a reincarnation of Twin Moon, keeper of the arcane knowledge, tying well with the nation's theme. And lastly, we have Eternus, the reincarnation of the dragon ancestor, who preserved songs, poetry, and history. As you can see, we have 8 stylists, but only 7 nations. One of the stylists being a dragon/cadence-born. And this brings us to my crazy theory. I believe that there is actually a secret hidden nation, perhaps in ruins, to represent the dragons. A dragon nation. You know, kind of like how Genshin introduced Kyria as an action nation? I believe it could be like a super awesome dragon nation, kind of like How to Train Your Dragon in the end game. Unless the dragon represents Whale Space Station instead, which would also be a super cool concept, like sci-fi futuristic dragons, which we don't really see often. But I think Dexter represents the space station because of her hair accessory, which is very similar to the ones that we had in Ruins Island in previous games, which is basically the same cyberpunk aesthetic. But I could be wrong, because after all, Dexter in Latin means the one who dyes fabrics with color, which means she could be just a representative of all of Miraland, or human world, which I'll get to in a second. Or it could be a wordplay, since she is the first one to die, sacrificing herself, while the dragon could represent the whale ports. It's still a cool concept, but I think she could be a representative of all Miraland or the human world, because I personally think that Dexter may be originally Nikki's mom, and that's why this story is being reworked at the moment. Like a Narnia situation where Miraland time passes slower than here, Dexter could have entered Miraland with the Threads of Reunion, made history there, died, and left her only daughter, who can also travel to Miraland. But I'll talk about these things more in detail later next month in a lore recap video where I'll summarize the entire Infinity Nikki story so far, including the events and the intros he worked, to clarify what's happening, as I have received lots of comments of people confused and even some misinformation being spread accidentally Things like our Miraland was destroyed or Anna was removed and other completely wrong information. So I'll make a lore recap video very soon over the next month or so before the anniversary so we can all refresh our memories and have the correct information in hand to progress with the story. And then I'll share more of my theories then. What theories do you have? I would love to read them through, so definitely let me know down below. Thank you so much for watching and see you on the next one.
Ryan Little. Listen.